Hai, sister, saya itu Ibu Linda. Saya itu tinggal di Singapura. Saya itu member Foreigner Singapura. Dalam kesempatan ini tuh saya mau memberikan kesaksian journey our faith, juga communication kita antara sama anak. Tahun lalu kita mengalami banyak proses ya antara anak sama saya juga journey kita lihat hal kebaikan Tuhan itu dalam hidup kita gitu, walaupun kita melalui proses, tapi Tuhan itu tetap setia. Ini saya perkenalkan anak saya Tiffany. Tiffany itu yang terutama Tuhan lagi banyak proses ke dia, tapi dia have a strong faith and thanks God. Dan dia akan bagi untuk anak-anak muda supaya bisa menjadi berkat kesaksian dia untuk anak-anak seumuran dia ya. Thank you.
I always wanted to be a doctor because I always wanted to go into like a profession that is more meaningful, and also like I didn't want to do it solely for like earning money, but I wanted to like make a difference to like people like when I work. Yeah, so that's actually what started to make me want to be a doctor.
Pertama kali saya waktu dia mau masuk kedokteran itu imannya saya kurang setuju karena saya pikir lama dan itu sangat nggak mungkin lah saya bilang. Tapi dia kan pikirannya selalu God is able. Memang sebagai orang Kristen saya berusaha imanin, tapi saya mikir aduh ya udahlah aku iman ya aku bantuin iman lah. Kayak saya mikirnya kayak gitu.
So previously, before I started my current school, which is studying business, so I was praying to God and I was asking him like where I should be right now. And because I was choosing between SMU and NUS and I didn't know which one to choose. So I was going to choose NUS actually because of some other reasons. But so when I was choosing my schools, I prayed to God and I asked him, God, where do you want me to be now? And so after I prayed, I don't know what came over me that day to like email the school to ask about my scholarship application in SMU. And so that's what I did. So I just emailed them like isang, although I knew that it was closed already. Like everybody said everything was closed already. Like there's no more scholarships and you have to make your decision which school you want to go to in like one day. So I was like, okay, I'll just email. Then if I don't hear anything, then I'll choose whatever school I want to go to. Okay, so then right at night at 9 p.m., like I got a call from SMU and then they told me, they were like, hi, so I saw your email and we want to give you an interview for tomorrow, 12 p.m. And I was so shocked because this doesn't happen like usually. This is like a really random, like super, it's very hard for them to suddenly just give you an interview in one day. So I was shocked. So I was just like, okay, I'll just go for the interview. It's not like I got it yet, right? So then I went for the interview the next day and the interview went smooth. It was just like really calm and I felt like God was with me the entire time because I was so calm. Like I was not even nervous at all. Although like I had less than 10 hours to prepare for it. Yeah, so I went for the interview and 1 hour later I got a scholarship in SMU. And I think to me, like when that happened to me, I was like super shocked because you don't get scholarships in one day. Like I got a scholarship in one day and I was like, wow, this is like really God answering my prayer. Because I do this thing where I like pray on my bed and then like I pray and then I really ask God that day like where he wants me to be. And like I didn't expect like such an obvious answer, which was SMU. And he also gave me a scholarship, which is even better. Then I went on for school and I think somewhere in my heart I was still sad, of course, because I wanted to still be a doctor. But since God already put me there, like I had to be there. But I I definitely was sad. So like going back to the question of like, did I feel doubt when apa?
Close the door.
When God closed the door? Well, I definitely felt doubt because I was very sad because I like my first dream is to be a doctor. But I was thankful too, which is I think a strong point that you should actually have. I was thankful for the opportunity to study in SMU and that he even gave me a scholarship there. And so it was a mixture of happiness and sadness as well. But yeah, doubt was definitely there. So as I went on with my time in SMU, actually my first semester, I didn't like it at all. Like, I didn't enjoy studying. Everything was online. I was really, honestly, I was disappointed because I was like, if God put me here already, like, why didn't he just make my college life nice? Like, if he really wanted me to be here, like, why wasn't it better? So like during that period, I think I was really doubting like his plan for my life. And I was wondering where he really wanted me to be because I was like I didn't know what to do actually because like I was already in the school. So yeah, so I during that period was actually when I looked to the verse of the Psalm 56 verse 8, the one that I said just now about how God collects your tears in bottles. So God really remembers everything he put you through. Like he doesn't put you through bad things, but he walks with you through it all. So he watches you if you cry or if um you doubt when you talk to him. It's like more of it really, although it's sad, it's also like it also strengthens your relationship because you talk to God more as well. And also he also um gave me a lot of verses to strengthen me and gave me a lot of people around me to also like walk with me through this journey. I think every time I like in a sense fell or like felt sad, God always came to pick me up. That's a combination of me going to God. So even when I fell, even when I felt struggles and trials, I always went back to reading the Bible and still praying to him. Like although I was sad, and that's when he gave me like the vision. He gave me things to like strengthen my faith and to always remind me that he's there. Like it could be through like verses in the Bible or friends or like visions. It all just like kept on like whenever like I felt down, he would give me one. Then like maybe I'll be a bit strengthened. Then after that I'll feel down again. Then he'll give me something again. Which is like, yeah, like to me that whenever like one thing to take away is that when you feel down and when you doubt God and when you really feel that you really wonder where he is in your life, the first thing to do is actually to go back to him because that's where you will only get answers if you get back to him. If you continue going like straying away from him, there's no way for him to talk to you because you don't open your heart, you don't open your ears, your mind. So I encourage everybody to pray, to always remember that God is there, and um to believe that he will continue watching over you and like give you like signs or even like verses of people around you to support you through your journey. So a little background story is that to be a doctor in Singapore, usually they only take in locals. And like usually you have to be Singaporean, and also going overseas to study medicine in like Australia or UK is very expensive. So that's why I thought that it was super. It's actually like the chances that I get to do medicine is actually quite low because like it's solely like in Singapore actually. So so when it happened like during when I applied to study medicine in Singapore, like the thing that I feared most actually happened was that they told me my um that my citizenship was stopping me from actually getting an interview to do medicine in Singapore. And so I think at that point I was like very sad, and I was really disappointed actually, because like to me I believe that um I really genuinely wanted it, and also I was wondering like why this was happening to me, because I was quite sad that even if I did well during my exams, like it didn't really matter. Like in the end, like my nationality was like more important. Yeah, so during that period, I was very sad. But the thing that actually helped me remain faithful to God was that although I was going through a lot of trials and a lot of sadness in a sense, um God never left me. So like he always stayed by my side. But I think that also came with me always going to him. So I think one point is that I always tried to go to him, because I know that God will always answer you if you like ask him for like help, or like ask him for guidance. So that, and through that, like having faith like that, in a sense that he will like continue walking by you even when you face like disappointments. I think he really revealed himself to me during that period, and still still now. I think he gave me this verse, so I'm gonna read it out. So one of the verses is that it's James 1, verse 2 to 4. So it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete and not lacking anything." So I really think that, to me, God was telling me to like understand that this trial had a purpose, and that like I had to go through this to maybe like strengthen my character, and also like make me more perseverant. Yeah. So um and other things is that because I was very sad also, I also came across this verse, which is in Psalm 56, verse 8. So it says, "You have kept count of my tossings. Um, put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book?" So it means that that God actually keeps track of like your tears. So he keeps track of all the things that you like feel, or like whatever you say to him, he actually listens to you, and he also sees you if you're in like a lot of sadness. Yeah, so I think this will I think that if you are going through like a lot of like sadness in your life, that, or like disappointment, that always be sure to look back to God, and remember that he's always looking out for you. Yeah. So to keep my faith strong, it was to always go back to God, always go back to the Bible, and believe, because he will answer your prayers. Yeah. Because we had different like thoughts, right? And we had different like aspirations as well. I think one thing that we did was, I mean, at first we definitely like fought. Like there were disagreements at the start. But I think when my mom went for her Bible study, and then like when I was praying myself as well, I think that was a time where God put us both in a process of like growth, process of healing as well. And we like slowly like built up or maintained our faith as well. And I think from there, like then we also like read the Bible more, and like learned more about God and all. And that's how we like started communicating better. Yeah. Like ngomongnya like,
Ya, I think karena kita sudah memang harus ada Tuhan di tengah ya. Jadi
yeah.
Tuhan udah ngomong merubah hatiku dulu, mengubah mindsetku dulu, sehingga aku bisa menerima, gitu loh. Imannya dia yang mungkin crazy iman menurut saya sih, kayak gitu. Dan dianya juga udah dikasih pengertian juga gitu kan. Oh, mami itu ternyata pilar doa juga ya, gitu loh.
I think I think it was like, gimana ya? I think when you actually go to God with everything, that God will actually be in the center of your relationships, and that's one thing that you must always remember to have, because it helps you to communicate, it builds your relationships, and also stops fights as well. So yes.
Dia mau dokter, saya nggak mau, kayak gitu loh. Saya merasa ini udah nggak mungkin, lu kok tetap mau ini, kayak gitu loh. Mau sampai kapan, saya bilangnya gitu. Jadi akhirnya nggak ketemu terus. Tapi setelah Tuhan rubah itu, makanya Tuhan ada encounter with me duluan. Akhirnya dan juga Tuhan ada encounter sama dia. Akhirnya itu memang benar harus ada Tuhan in the middle of the relationship itu. Dan tapi Tuhan itu baik ya. Bulan Agustus 2020 saya itu bisa ikut study Bible di Surabaya, dan waktu August itu bener-bener titik zero-nya Tiffany, kayak gitu loh. Dia nggak bisa di-touch, dia kerjanya nangis, dia pokoknya udah kayak gitu deh. Really. Terus akhirnya saya juga suka lihat dia juga sad kayak gitu ya. Tapi gimana? Terus waktu August itu ya, saya itu bisa ikut study Bible di Surabaya under Ibu Julia. Dan lucunya ya, kesaksiannya dia tuh dia lagi lockdown di Perth. Dan dia tuh bener-bener lockdownnya itu bener-bener kesaksian Tuhan yang profet semuanya anaknya sekolah, dia punya dream anaknya sekolah di OC. Dan Tuhan kasih loh, dari yang nggak mungkin jadi mungkin, anaknya bisa dapat sekolah di sana free, rumah disediain semua, tapi juga dia mengalami proses. Tapi Tuhan, covenant Tuhan sama dia nggak pernah berubah, kayak gitu loh. Just ada waktunya dia mau pulang Indonesia segala, tapi Tuhan sediakan gitu loh. Ternyata di situ saya lihat, wah, ternyata ya bener-bener ya, kok percis kesaksian dia tuh tentang ke sekolah anaknya ke luar negeri. Bener-bener kok ternyata nothing is impossible ya, bener-bener. Kenapa aku nggak merubah, kalau ternyata Tiffany itu bener-bener udah, walaupun dia sudah keterima sekolah di Singapura ya, scholarship, tapi dia kok hatinya tuh tetap ke dokter gitu loh. Jadi saya mikir tuh apa calling-nya dia di situ. Jadi akhirnya saya surrender to God. Ya udah Tuhan, terserah anakmu, kamu urus kayak apa karepmu, saya bilang kayak gitu. Pokoknya dia urusanmu, tanggung jawabmu, saya bilang kayak gitu. Kamu tahu hatinya dia, kamu tahu dia pengen seperti apa kan. Jadi itu terserah kamu, saya bilang gitu. Kalau aku mama aja pengen kasih yang terbaik untuk dia kalau aku ada. Masa kamu nggak mungkin toh Tuhan, nggak mungkin, saya bilang kayak gitu. Nah pada waktu study Bible itu, pas ada waktu Tiffany juga ada lagi doa sama my friend di Singapura ya, itu tanggal around 28 August, saya juga pas lagi study Bible dan about prophetic waktu itu. Jadi kita di joinin sama Anyhow temen gitu loh dari Manado. Dia tuh bisa doain anak saya vision ya, mengenai bahwa anak saya sama God di garden yang indah, dan dia melihat masa depan. Terus saya itu di belakangnya doain dia, padahal orang itu nggak kenal saya dan nggak tahu saya punya anak. Dia cuma bilang bahwa kamu doa di belakangnya anak cewek, remaja, cantik, dan dia lagi memikirkan masa depannya dia. Dan Tuhan ada bersama dia. Wow, langsung saya mencolot ya dari tempat duduk saya, langsung masuk ke kamar dia. Saya bilang, kamu tahu nggak ada vision untuk kamu? Apa Mam? Dia bilang kayak gitu. Kamu duduk di garden sama God, saya bilang kayak menatap masa depan. Katanya rainbow-nya indah sekali dan Mama itu jadi doa di belakang kamu. Saya bilang gitu. Dia kaget kenapa? 30 minutes ago itu dia juga dapat waktu doa sama teman saya di Singapura. Dia dapat vision yang sama. Dia duduk di sebelah Tuhan. Tuhan berdiri, duduk di atas rok, dia kepalanya di Tuhan. Ya, dan temannya saya yang doain dia itu juga bilang, very nice the garden, sampai dia nggak mau keluar dari presence of the Lord itu. Kok bisa persis dua orang yang nggak kenal dari tempat yang area yang lain, satu di Singapura, satu di Manado, teman saya itu kok bisa beda 30 minutes, visionnya sama loh. Dan itu, dan dia juga bilang saya tuh pilar doa dia. Jadi benar-benar itu yang membuat titik poinnya dia juga bahwa oh ternyata Tuhan masih sayang kamu, ingat kamu ternyata. Itu yang membuat titik poin dia. Dan titik poin bahwa aku yes, ini aku harus doain, bukan aku tengkar kayak gini terus sama dia, kayak gitu loh. Jadi dari situ starting saya mulai declare tentang nothing is impossible for God semuanya. Dan banyak firman yang Tuhan kasih ya. Ada didapat di Genesis 18:14. Is anything hard for the Lord? I will return about this time next year. Sarah will have a son. Jadi saya tuh mikir, oh yes, next year is the is the year of favor, the year of reward, breakthrough, the victory next year. Saya bilang itu tahun 2020 loh, Agustus kita dapatnya. Tapi itu saya declarein itu terus, bahwa Tuhan mengingatkan kita bahwa tidak ada yang mustahil bagi Tuhan, bahwa Tuhan itu luar biasa, nggak ada yang sulit bagi Tuhan. Dia bisa melakukan melampaui segala batas pikiran kita, keadaan dan kemampuan kita. Jadi Tuhan ingetin itu, walaupun jujur waktu mengalaminya saya juga sempat down, bener nggak sih gitu. Tapi aku berusaha tetap di situ titik poin aku untuk mulai declare. Dan Tuhan tuh bener ya, di saat kita seperti itu, Tuhan tuh kirimkan community yang pas loh. Dan waktunya tepat, itulah Tuhan. Sebelum kita dikasih proses, Tuhan tuh disiapkan orang-orang yang menopang kita. Jadi jangan khawatir, ya gitu loh. Kita nggak sendiri. Tuhan pasti ketemuin dengan orang yang nguatin kita semua. Saya mau ajarin dia untuk mulai declare janji-janji Tuhan semua. Apa yang saya dapetin semua, Yesaya 43, aku juga dapat itu, bahwa aku hendak 43:19. Aku hendak membuat sesuatu yang baru, yang sekarang sedang tumbuh. Belumkah kamu mengetahuinya? Aku hendak membuat jalan di padang gurun dan sungai-sungai di belantara. Saya dapat itu ternyata August and January. Saya dapat dari dua hamba Tuhan yang beda. Jadi dari situ saya pegang, yes, God will make a way. Saya bilang kayak gitu. In the desert, saya bilang kayak gitu. Ya itu saya ngomong ke Tiffany, kita mesti declare terus. Jangan batasin Tuhan. Saya bilang, walaupun ada sebagai manusia ada kalanya saya, wah lemes deh, gitu kan. Sampai dia bilang, Mam, imanmu naik turun nih. Gitu. Nggak apa-apa, saya manusia. Saya bilang gitu. Yang penting Tuhan tahu hati saya. Saya bilang gitu. Setelah hubungan kita baik, kita maksudnya satu, in unity, in pray, ya. Benar-benar ya, nggak lama. Itu kan August yang kita benar-benar change mindset, mulai declare segalanya ya. Bulan Desember, November akhir ya, kalau nggak salah, kalau nggak Desember ya dek. Itu my friend yang sudah 10 years ago, itu bisa SMS, hey Bu Linda gimana? Terus begitu saya juga bilang, iya di mana? Oh saya di OC sekarang. Dia bilang, oh iya nungguin anak-anak ya. Iya. Terus saya tanya, Pak kamu dulu kan return resident ya? Pernah punya PR Australia terus return resident. Oh iya ya, dia bilang gitu. Oh iya, bisa nggak ya saya nge-plan untuk anak saya? Saya bilang kayak gitu. Karena dulu kita punya sekeluarga tapi hilang kayak gitu loh. Nah, tapi anak saya tuh pengen sekolah sana kayak gitu loh. Bisa nggak ya saya nge-apply itu return resident tapi Tiffany aja? Saya bilang kayak gitu. Wah, mesti tanya nih, coba iseng-iseng kamu tak kasih nomor telepon yang orang telepon ini konsultan saya. Terus saya telepon kan besoknya. Dia bilang, oh Bu Linda, ini kan student dia nggak punya experience, tapi nggak pernah dan nggak punya income, dan dia nggak pernah tinggal sana. Jadi ya chance-nya sih mungkin 50-50 ya, dia bilang kayak gitu. Tapi kalau mau try nggak apa-apa, dia bilang kayak gitu. Tapi dia sendiri yang apply kan, yes, karena dia mau di sana, dia bilang. Akhirnya ya udah coba aja. Terus saya bilang, kita ada satu way loh, saya bilang gitu. Kita ternyata bisa apply for you loh, saya bilang gitu. Benar-benar ini God way memangnya, saya bilang. Tuhan mulai open the door, saya bilang. Seperti dia juga dapat banyak vision prophetic yang bahwa Tuhan tuh udah mulai state this year's, the new year's, God open the way ya dek ya.
And open many doors.
Oh many door, dia dapat prophetic itu juga. Dan terus jadi saya bilang, ini jalan satu-satunya tinggal ini. Jadi prosesnya 4 months, 3 sampai 4 months. Jadi itu kan Desember awal. Jadi Desember, Januari, Februari, March akhir mungkin. Wah itu kita hati sudah derdek terus nih ya dari Januari, Februari kapan keluarnya nih. Karena itu kita merasa hope-nya kita tinggal itu kayak gitu loh. Kalau untuk bisa sekolah untuk jadi dokter terus begitu. Karena kalau akhirnya kita doa, terus aku bilang kalau memang Tuhan jatahmu di sana nggak ada yang bisa ngambil kamu, saya bilang kayak gitu, nggak ada yang bisa ngambil, saya bilang. Dan saya bilang pokoknya kita declare, saya bilang nggak ada yang mustahil bagi Tuhan, saya bilang itu. Dan kalau Tuhan, kamu harus melekat ke Dia karena hanya Dia yang bisa kasih kamu, saya bilang gitu. Nggak ada orang, nggak ada papa mamamu di dunia nggak bisa, hanya Dia yang bisa. Kalau kamu sampai bisa nanti jadi dokter itu because of Him, saya bilang gitu. Jangan lupa, saya bilang kayak gitu. Terus dari itu hanya Dia, saya bilang, iya. Mendekatin Februari tambah ketir-ketir ya. Ada loh di dalam pikiran gitu, gimana kalau nggak approve gimana? Aduh, tapi saya berusaha apa? Reject kayak gitu. Enggak, Tuhan nggak kayak gitu, saya bilang kayak gitu. Kalau saya diingetin lagi loh, Matius 7 ayat 7 sampai 12. Tapi benar-benar yang benar-benar nancep di saya itu ya, ayat 9 sampai 11-nya itu. Ada seorang daripadamu yang memberi batu kepada anaknya jika ia minta roti, memberi ular jika minta ikan. Jadi jika kamu yang jahat tahu memberi pemberian yang baik kepada anak-anakmu, apalagi Bapamu di surga, ia akan memberikan yang baik kepada mereka yang minta kepadanya. Saya itu memang beberapa hari pikiran saya itu terus itu, tau gak? Karena aku percaya Tiffany, Tuhan itu sangat love dia banget kayak gitu. Jadi nggak mungkin lah, saya bilang pokoknya Tuhan nggak mungkin. Kalau saya aja mau kasih dia yang the apalagi kamu, saya bilang kayak gitu. Terus menjelang sekitar tanggal 20-an kayak gitu ya, everyday tuh saya dapat firman-Nya tentang Matius ini loh. Matius 7 ayat 9 sampai 11 ini loh. Terus pas pernah waktu itu ya, tanggal 28 Februari. Pagi-pagi saya bangun, saya dapat message dari teman tentang, bukan message, kayak video tentang family yang menghasilkan pemimpin. Family create a leader. Apaan ini, dalam hati gue jam 6 pagi, mata udah masih melek, masih ngantuk, tapi gak tahu ada dorongan denger. Aku buka YouTube-nya, denger aku. Anda bisa percis loh, tentang apa? Tentang dia bilang, Ibu Ruth itu aja, bahwa ada orang yang mau pergumulan untuk sekolah luar negeri, dan kalau itu Australia, dan ya seperti kamu pengen nyekolahin ke anak Australia kayak apa, itu kamu declarein power of declaration, year of reward, year of favor, the highly favor of the Lord. Kamu masih gak ada yang mustahil bagi Tuhan. Pokoknya semua itu diulang-ulang. Wah, kok bisa percis ya? Langsung saya bilang, terus terakhir dia bilang gini loh, kalau kamu orang yang jahat bisa ngasih roti aja, masa gue ya nggak mau ngasih batu. Wih, aku langsung bangun, aku langsung ke kamar dia. Mama dapat ini loh. Jadi pasti kamu dapat. Kita imani kamu pasti dapat approval. Australian, saya bilang kayak gitu. Itu 28 Februari. 28 Februari, yes. Itu jam 6 pagi. Terus jam 10 pagi itu saya cuma bilang gini loh. Waktu saya shower. Tuhan, besok itu 1 Maret loh, saya bilang gitu. Kamu, Maret tuh ulang tahunku loh Tuhan. Kamu mau ngasih aku hadiah nggak? Saya bilang gitu. Tapi enggak lah Tuhan, saya bilang gitu. Tuhan, kamu is super miracle. Super living God. Kalau besok benar-benar bisa dapat approval. Terus saya seperti ini, kurang ajar banget nih, nentuin waktunya ke Tuhan. Tuhan, maaf bercanda, enggak Tuhan, sampai kapanpun, kamu tentuin kapanpun terserah, pokoknya aku percaya kamu mampu. Kamu tahu besoknya, tanggal 1 Maret, jam 8 pagi saya ditelepon, God approval granted. Bayangin loh. Bayangin, itu benar-benar wah. Aku cuma bilang, Tuhan kalau lu benar-benar living God, dia bilang kayak gitu. Padahal sebenarnya saya nggak boleh kayak gitu kan. Tapi kan asal saya tuh memperlakukan Tuhan tuh kayak papa gitu. Ngomongnya ceplos-ceplos kayak gitu loh. Dan dia kan, jadi that's all. Terus akhirnya benar-benar granted kayak gitu. Adalah granted, kan ini juga ada proses dong. Gimana ya kalau nanti enggak. Tapi kita berusaha nggak percaya, dan Tuhan kuat-kuatin dengan banyak ya dek ya, dia dapat terus 2 minggu yang
Okay, so
sambung ke dia ya.
okay, so recently when I was reading the Bible, like I saw this verse on Friday. So on Friday I saw this verse, Exodus 14:14. So it's that the Lord will fight for you and you have only to be silent. So it means that be still. He's asking you to be still and the Lord will fight for you. And actually this verse and like this kind of message is not the first time that I've got this type of message. Like throughout the year in 2021, I think everything has been pretty positive. When I was in 2021, like I entered the year and God gave me a new spirit, And it was completely different from 2020 when everything was sadder. In 2021, like I feel like God was like gave me joy, like in everything I did. Like even in uni, like I found joy in what I did. In everything I found joy in what I did. So here the Lord said that He will fight for me. So I don't know why I was drawn to this verse, but I started highlighting it and I wrote a note by it. Then the next day, when my mom sends me daily devotionals, so on Saturday morning, she sent me a devotional, and this exact verse was in the devotional, and they were talking and about this same verse, and I was like super shocked also because I was like, wait, this is the verse that I was like looking at yesterday. So I was like, okay, means it's quite good. Yeah, yes. And then something even crazier happened the next day because I went for church on Sunday, right? Then the pastor who was talked about this exact same verse. Like she was talking about this verse was the focus of her sermon, and she was talking about how the Lord fought for her and she only had to be silent. And I was super shocked because I don't think this is a very normal thing that the same verse comes up to you 3 times in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, wow, God really wants to fight for me then. And it gave me more faith, I guess, and gave me like strengthened me to just go about my day. So there's one thing that I want to say is that I know that sometimes life can seem, or like things in your life may seem a bit confusing and tiring, and also like not a lot of hope sometimes. And like whatever you might be facing, it might be different from mine. It might also be about university as well. But I think one thing is to remember is always that um to me what helped me through this entire process was that God was always with me. So I really trusted in that and believed in that. And I always look to Him. I always remember that He sees me when I am sad, He sees me when I'm happy, and He always wants me to be happy as well. Um so always believe that God is there with you, and um look to Him when you're in trials. So yeah, I think when you are facing trials, it's very easy for you to stray away from God, or to question Him, or to like ask Him like, why is this happening to me? Like it's super normal to say that. I probably also said that as well. But I think that you also have to remember that God is a God who is faithful, and a God who wants you to prosper. So you must always remember to pray to Him, to give thanks as well, and He will always come back and reveal Himself in your life. Yeah. And I also want to say that don't lose hope, don't lose like faith as well, because there's always hope. Like even when you feel like everything is desolate, or like very tiring in life, but you have to believe that God is still watching over you. And yeah.
Iya, saya belajar, kita as parent juga belajar dari anak-anak. Saya juga belajar dari faith-nya dia, jujur saya bilang. Ternyata dia bukan faith sembarangan yang pikir-pikir kayak gitu yang asal ngimanin. Ternyata memang mungkin itu calling-nya dia, dan itu God gives a special faith untuk dia ya. Memang, dan kita as a parent kita juga bisa belajar untuk dari anak ya gitu. Kedua, juga kita tuh bener perlu community, bener itu. Cari community, bener, karena kita nggak bisa hidup sendiri. Kita perlu community yang benar-benar saling membangun iman kita. Di saat kita benar-benar jatuh, kita cari community teman-teman Kristen, apa yang itu yang akan pasti Tuhan kirim deh untuk dia neguin kamu atau apa. Itu pengalaman saya ya, dan selalu tepat pada waktunya Tuhan kalau kirim orang-orang itu. Jadi banyak deh masuk ke community yang Kristen yang benar-benar yang bisa saling bangun kita. Terus ketiga, benar itu ya, jangan tetap percaya bahwa Tuhan itu faithful. Dan even kita belum melihat sekarang apa, tapi kita percaya bahwa Tuhan itu jauh lebih memikirkan lebih baik, memikirkan kita tuh jauh lebih bagus daripada apa yang kita bisa pikirkan. Maka pikiran kita itu terbatas, tapi Tuhan enggak. Tapi memang perlu waktu untuk percaya itu sih memangnya. Seperti Abraham, memang perlu untuk faith dan jangan takut untuk gagal. Tuhan itu bukan Allah yang ngejudge, yang ngasih punishment kita. Dia tahu banget, walaupun kita faith-nya kita ada kadang-kalanya lu turun, zero nih. Tapi Tuhan itu nggak pernah ngejudge kamu dan Tuhan tuh selalu love membuat kamu tuh bangkit lagi untuk dekat ke Dia. Jadi jangan pernah malu untuk balik ke Tuhan atau walaupun kita udah marah Tuhan seperti apa, tapi Tuhan itu selalu faithful dan Dia selalu setia dan selalu mengampuni kita. Jadi jangan pernah raguin itu dan normal kalau kita tuh kadang-kadang kita kesel, kita gimana kayak gitu. Tapi bagi Tuhan kita itu karena anggap kita sebagai anaknya kayak gitu. Jadi nganggap Tuhan tuh kayak jangan ini Tuhan yang gini, olot yang gini is mean apa ya, maksudnya kaku gitu. Ini Tuhan yang powerful, Tuhan leader, Tuhan no. Kamu treat God is your father. Kamu ngomong apa adanya semuanya. Itu lebih enak hubungannya dan lebih you feel real God itu kayak apa. Gitu aja. Oke, sister, ibu-ibu, ya, kiranya kesaksian kami ini dapat memberkatin kalian semua ya. Dan tetap maju dalam Tuhan, jangan menyerah walaupun ada banyak proses dalam hidup, tapi Tuhan itu setia dan selalu memberikan, akhirnya kita pasti menang aja kalau kita tetap sama Tuhan. Karena nggak ada yang bisa ngelawan Tuhan kita. Tuhan kita Tuhan yang powerful, nomor 1. Jadi nggak ada yang bisa ngelain apa-apa. Jadi maju terus dan tetap mencari Tuhan dan jangan banyak masuk kegiatan-kegiatan Bible study, kalau ada community itu sangat membantu banget ya. Atau ikut sum-sum seperti ini. Terima kasih. Thank you Love Center untuk waktu yang diberikan kesempatan saya dan anak saya untuk membagikan kesaksian ini supaya menjadi berkat bagi banyak orang yang mendengarkannya dan kita semua tetap belajar terus sampai selamanya with God. Amin.